Good morning, everyone. This is Eyewitness Report on 1270 KAJO Radio. Mike Arthur with you once again this morning. Honored to be visiting with Patricia Snyder and Ray Robison, and we are honored to have them here this morning. We are talking about Bison Motion Pictures and a current release that came out by that organization called Sixes and the One-Eye King and many other things that this organization does. Before we do that, let's talk with Patricia and Ray. Tell us a little bit about yourself, if you would. Patricia.
Well, I grew up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and went to school in the University of Montana in Missoula. Decided that I wanted to live by the ocean. We'd taken a college trip to Cannon Beach, and it was a beautiful day, and so I had this image of the Oregon coast being sunny and wild and exciting, and I got a job in Coos Bay, which is misty and rainy and cold in the winter. And so I ended up moving to Grants Pass. It's been more than a decade ago. A few years back, I decided I wanted to try writing screenplays, and saw a notice in the paper that Bison Motion Pictures was casting for what we call Sixes. I contacted Ray, said, why don't I help you out if I can? And that's how we got to know each other.
And then Ray's here as well, of course. Tell us, Ray, if you would, about yourself a little bit.
Well, I consider myself a Montana boy. I am from Montana, and I went to film school way back in the 70s, and soon learned I didn't want to live in LA. I didn't want to live in any metropolitan area. So I ended up working at TV stations, one in Great Falls, Montana, and then later on for KTVL in Medford. And was there for about 6 years, and then went out on my own, bought my own equipment, and started doing video production on my own. And really couldn't get away from the idea that I wanted to make features. So just decided to go ahead and do it because I had the equipment, and figured I might as well jump into it. And with whatever money I could pull out of my wallet, I started making a movie and gathered together a group of people that just were really volunteers.
And this is really exciting to me. This element, this creativity, this work that you do draws from every kind of part of your creativity, does it not? It's not, writing is writing, and that's exciting. For me, there's just something about, not that it's better than, but there's something about motion picture that you're bringing several elements together. The writing part of it, the directing, the producing, everything. There's so many elements to it, and I can kind of feel the excitement level, I guess, or relate to it. I've written a couple of screenplays, and a lot of people have. I'm just excited to have you here. I hope you'll tell us more about Bison Motion Pictures.
We're not an official incorporated organization. We really are just a group of people that have kind of banded together for the purpose of making movies. And essentially, it's an art form, and it's been amazing the number of people, such as Patricia, that have come along and volunteered their time. And of course, if this movie, Sixes and the One-Eyed King, ever makes a profit, which not real likely, but I'm getting more and more encouraged, we all share in that. But the main thing is that we're working on something that will exist for the rest of our lives, and that we can have a great deal of pride in working on.
But you've had a great deal of success so far, not monetarily yet. Awards, for example.
We've won 2 audience awards so far at a total of 5 festivals, although the one in Phoenix, we weren't in competition, so we couldn't have won anything there. We're going to Hawaii in May, which is really exciting. I've never been to Hawaii. The Big Island Film Festival is in the middle of May, and that's going to be pretty exciting.
This whole thing is exciting, and the organization has won awards, the Sixes and the One-Eyed King being the most recent. Tell us a little bit briefly about the others.
Well, actually, this is only the second feature that we've done. The first one was called Die Before I Wake, and I did that kind of backing up a little bit. I had started teaching a couple of video production classes for Ashland High School as one of their electives, and that was when I started seeing these students coming in all excited about the work that they've done, what they'd shot over the weekend. And then I went, I remember when I was like that. I remember being in college and wanting to be a filmmaker, and before I got in the real world and strictly was making commercials and industrial videos. So that's when I decided to make a feature, and I could not come up with a script idea. I was just totally blanking. So I knew someone in the Grants Pass area that had written a script, and so I called him up and offered him very little money. Said, I want to make a movie. Can I use your script? And he agreed to it. So we went ahead and produced that movie, and it pretty much went nowhere. I eventually ended up selling it outright to a distributor for less than I spent on it, which wasn't much. And it is now available on a number of different websites like BestBuy.com and Amazon.com and places like that. So it can be purchased. A DVD copy can be purchased off the internet of that, but there's no more money that would come in from that. But it was a good experience. It was very much a learning experience, and it led eventually to this one. And I say eventually because there was at least one false start, I'll call it that, where we started working on a project and then it kind of fizzled. But you keep going, you keep looking for that opening for that project that is going to suddenly mesh, and everyone and all the elements will come together. And that happened with Sixes and the One-Eyed King.
Ray initially had the script, and when I came aboard, I was just looking for input as a writer. I thought if I could see the process and understand it better, it would make me a better writer.
Okay.
I talked to Ray about my background, and he said, well, you want to look at the script, tell me what you think, and eventually we had to do some pretty serious rewriting.
So this was a co-effort between the two of you.
Okay. It was. The idea was Ray's. He had the original script, and then we sort of went from there. You hear about rewriting on the set at big productions, and this was sure a lesson in that. Really, at this level, this was really a $10,000 budget movie, and then plus marketing and things like that. Mm-hmm. So we just need enough to fund the props, the set, things like that. And we do have locally based stories that we would like to tell. You had said something earlier about how this is a collaborative effort. People coming together with different creativity. That was really kind of my experience in this as well, because I was also continuity and script supervisor, helped with the set, putting it together, helped actors read lines in rehearsal. So you're drawing on, at this level, a variety of skills.
And if a listener wants to get involved with a project or with this organization, whom to contact, a website, a phone number, that sort of thing?
Well, people can call me at my office number, which is, of course, area code 541-772-2763, and let me know what they're interested in doing, how they might want to help out. It's there's a lot of people that when they hear a movie's being made, or they think they're going to get involved with a movie, they automatically think that there's big money and big superstars behind it. But there are so many productions out there that are like ours, the one that we did, which just doesn't have a lot of money, but you do it because it's a lot of fun to do, and it's something you can be proud of. So,
and then once again, that website, www.oneeyeking.com. So it's ONEEYEKING.com. Well, I want to thank you, Patricia and Ray, for joining us this morning, taking time in your schedule. This is very exciting. I hope you'll return and talk about the organization and the next project, if you would.
Sure, we'd love to.
This has been another edition of Eyewitness Report on KAJO Radio. Until next time, have a great day.